Hello everybody and welcome back to Getting Wrecked and Factorio. So last time we made some red signs and today I'm thinking about if we should create some... Thank you for the research. Let's research bullet speed. We just got extra damage for bullets. But today we are going to create green science pack. Now we already have assembly machine number 2 here, so we could start things off with building some upgraded versions and replace these. It's always a good idea to at least have tier 2 in my opinion. Like so. So creating one of these sign pack takes 5 seconds. That's the large clock. So having 5 of these means that we will create 1 per second. If we check the green one, it takes 6 seconds, which means we will need to have 6 factories if we want to create the same ratio as the red ones, which can be a good idea because usually it's a 1-to-1 ratio, like 50 red and 50 green. So you might want to have 6 assembly machines creating green signs. One thing we could do, even if we don't really have materials for this right now, is to plan how we want to make everything. So we are going to want to have some materials going here on 4 wide, I think, at least. Maybe we want to have something else over here, I don't know. Might be a good idea to at least... We could at least say that let's have some pipes here. If we want to have some materials and some fluids we want to share as well. I'm not quite sure if this is going to end up how we make things, but anyways. Anywho, so we want to create 1 green science pack per turn, per time unit. And they require 1 inserter, 1 transport belt. Now, inserters take half a second to create, which means even just having 1 factory will be enough for inserters. Belts actually make 2 every half second, so as you can see it says 2 transport belt above the clock, so that means that 1 factory will be enough for our needs for the science. If we don't want to make more science, then just having 1 per second. I think 1 per second is a pretty good start. So first things first, we need transport belts, iron plate and iron gear wheel. Well, we have iron plate here. So actually we might need some fast inserters here because this guy is kind of slacking. So let's make sure that he keeps up. I guess he will keep up because this guy will also help. Anyways. Do we want to have an empty section like this? I think we can find another place for... Okay, let's go for heavy armor. I think we can find another place for our trusty electric pole. So since we have iron here, I'm thinking we will make the belts here as well. So first we need a factory that will create our gears from iron. He will then put these gears into the next one, like that. We will then need... Can I get some more fast inserters, please? So you will create gears. You will create belts. So just... Oh, come on. It's so slow to create everything by hand. So you will pick up some iron ore, and with the iron ore and these iron gears you will create belts. Alright, fine. So we could just throw these belts off on another belt. Whoop. I'm not quite sure if this is how we will do it. It's alright, I guess. The question is, do you want to have more than just one factory? We can, since we are doing this, I mean, you will never end up with, oh, we have too many belts. So I would say feel free to just go nuts and make one more. It's not the end of the world if you end up with too many belts. Right, that's one thing we needed, and then we will also need to make circuits in order to create inserters. Now we will need some copper. Heavy armor researched. Well, let's go with shotgun shells, optics, fluid handling. I'm just looking at the things that just need blue or red bottles. So we will create an underground belt here. So here we go. Get some copper. So we will need a lot more factories. Let's start by creating a small box here and tell this guy to make some belts. We will limit this to 600, 500, 500 is fine. So in order to produce circuits, we need copper cable and iron plates. Now the problem with copper cable is the fact that you will get 2 copper cable per copper plate. So, and you will need to have 3 of these to make a circuit, and these will easily eat up all your like belt space. So I would say the best solution is to make sure that you put these directly into whatever you want to make. So let's for example say that we will create copper cable here, and then we could put it directly into the next. If we had another factory, I'm almost tempted to make a factory that makes factories, because this is so slow. It's faster when we get green circuits, so it's not too bad. But let's say we pick up these fancy copper, we will create copper cable, and then we will put that into our factory that makes electronic circuits. So it will need 3 copper cables per half a second. and this one will only create 2 per half a second, so we will actually need to have 2 of these bad boys to fill one of these. So 2 copper into 1 of these. So if you want to make it a little bit more symmetrical, we could make it something like this. So we will get electronic circuits. However, we will also need iron plates. So we would need to get some iron plates from maybe over here. I guess that makes most sense. Let's try to make it symmetrical. It requires 1 iron plate and it will create 1 electronic circuit. So we need iron here and we need copper here. Copper is fine. Iron we need to get up here. Something like that. We can make, let's make a couple of these and a couple of these. And give them some power. Now, inserters always, thank you. That was quite 100, so this will take a little bit longer. So inserters always put things on the far side of a belt. So these guys will put these ships on the far side, which we might use here, because I don't say that this is the best way of doing things, but let's see. So we could get some iron up here. We could tell it to only go on the inner side here. Like that, and then we could... Are we running out of these guys so freaking fast? Can we get some copper cable here so I don't have to make copper cable all the time? I guess we can take electronic circuits directly from here. And then you can put it on the outer side, like that. If you want to. In this case I would recommend not to do it, because I think we would need too much iron to go down here, but we can try it this way. So let's get these so we can actually... Man, I need so many factories. And inserters, and. Well, we are going to create inserters soon. So what we could do is, I guess, take and create iron. Time to upgrade Windows, thank you. So we could make some of these. Well, we actually need to have some distance here. And then we could make these bad boys. So take iron, create gears, take iron and chips into this one and make inserters. You can then have a long-armed inserter to put it on this belt if you want to. Now, using only half a belt here might be a little bit weak sauce for all this iron throughput, so I don't know if this would really work. Anywho, we will create 2 of these each second if we if you actually keep up. Might need to have... You can take one of these inserters, I guess. Help out. So now we have belts and we have inserters. So we could actually create some fancy green science from that. I haven't really planned though if... So here's the deal, I don't know if I only want to make things for science or if I want to make things for building as well. If you go with this setup, we just have a separate line for science. So we could have factories for that, like over here. I have one in between. That's fine. Like, actually, so put down 6 of these. Try to count. Thank you. So all we need is this guy as well. To go on this side, the right hand side, and we will have belts and inserters. Now I guess this guy will never get any inserters because this factory is a bit too far up. Can we fit one more here? Kind of. Almost. Screw it. Let's just have one more that creates inserters. It will most likely be overkill. But you never know. So something like that. Give them some power. And we will give these guys some power as well. And we need one more factory, come on. And we are going to leave the science out here. Like I said, it takes quite a while to make these. So green science. Copy it to everyone. We can pick up some cheap inserters. And get green on that belt. Actually, we could maybe tell it to go over here. YOLO! Running on the belts, it's the best. Cool, 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 cool. Now, one of the things I want to get on the bus, like they call it, your main line up there. One of the things I would like to get there is the green circuits. However, let's fill this out so we kind of know what we're doing. So I would like to get green circuits on some of these belts, I think. Nice. Let's go shotgun research. So actually we should make a submachine gun. Same time I kind of want to have copper or iron closest to the industry, most likely iron, so this is a bit stupid that I made the iron on the wrong, on the north side. I guess we could make a switcheroo, but that's... we will live with this mistake forever and ever, so that's fine. Stupid trees. So as you can see, we have some fancy green signs coming in here. I don't know how fast they use these. Seems to be using them pretty slowly, more slowly than 1 per 6 seconds or whatever. One. We have 6 of these, but they're producing faster than we're researching. Might be different for different text though, so. However, so what we want to do now, I had to have some... oops. My bad. The belt got contaminated by some circuits. So like I said, I want to have circuits on my main bus here. The problem is I don't really know how early I want to create them. I would like to create them as early as possible, I guess. So maybe I will even have a factory already here, but then it would be in the way for my science, kind of. We could create it on this side, but then it will also be kind of in the way. And I want this area to be free so I can expand with... it's getting pretty dark here. I haven't researched lamps just yet. But if I want to create more red science, I want to be able to expand down here. Screw it, let's create it down here, that's fine. It's such an easy trap to create things too small of an area, so let's not fall into that trap. Let's use as much space as we need. So in order to make green circuits we need copper and we need iron. Yeah, it's fine to make it here, I would say. So we will take some fancy copper. Well, let's make it go like that, and then we will take some fancy iron ore, and it will join down here. Need some underground belts. Like so. Is this really a good thing? I don't need them all the way down here, do we? Actually, don't think we need them down here. We have enough for 2 factories. I'm guessing we need iron actually, but let's take some circuits. Gears as well. Gears is used for a lot of stuff, so alright, research, let's go with, so we can have some lamps. Gears are pretty useful, but they take a lot of space on the belts, and you can just create gears from iron, so you can create it anywhere. You don't need to have it on your main line. So what we want to do here is the same thing as we did over here, kind of. So let's go with advanced material, something. So we need to have, let's create it here. 3 of these, that goes into 2 of those. We need inserters. We need to insert some iron as well. And we will actually create a couple of these long-handed. I will actually create 2 more. Something like that. We'll bring in iron here, and we will create green ships on that line. So, copper, and ships. Like that. Well, I guess this is the issue with having only having small whatever these are called, electric poles, because I can't reach those 2. I could, however, put it here, I guess. So we will bring in, iron ore, iron bricks, whatever it's called, like that. Now, do we want to have green ships on this side or on this side? I think we want it here, so we have copper and these on the same place, because it kind of makes sense. Oops. Now they will always get on the outer side here. So let's create a splitter. Now I bet this is not the best way of doing things, but that would make it so they come on both sides of this belt, and we create another splitter that makes them go on both sides, on both belts. So that's about it, actually. I think that's pretty good. We have green science, we have green ships. Or circuits, maybe I should call them. And it would be pretty easy to expand here if you need more ships. Circuits. Let's see if they can actually put things here. Yeah, they can. So if we check the production here, it looks alright. I think we need 2 more of these though. One over here. Yeah, that's it. We're producing all the time. This is producing all the time. Perfect. So yeah, let's go and grab some iron, and let's go and grab some electric circuits, and let's make some lamps before we stop this episode. Because I can guess that this is pretty dark on YouTube during the night time. These are kind of lighting themselves. Okay, we are using all our power right now, so that's pretty important to expand as well. But iron gear wheel and pipes and iron plates. We can never have too much iron in this game, so let's put down 1 boiler and then 2 more power plants. We actually have some enemies on the radar, so something to bear in mind, that we need some defenses. Boiler, like that. We need 1 pipe. We need some belts. We need a couple of inserters. And some power to them. So we can see some enemies up here. When this pollution reaches them, they will most likely attack us. So in next episode we will try to make some defenses here. And in order to make defenses we will need to use this stone. So we can make walls and stuff. I think we will also plan a little bit more about our base. We have the basic setup here, but it's not really that impressive. Nice, got some faster furnaces if you want to. So maybe we'll get some oil here. We will get plastic and steel on these 2. Iron here, copper here, and circuits here. I think that setup is pretty okay. Now I kind of realized that I should have had these green ones, the green science over here, and just made more green circuits down here, so we could have them both to the research and up on the belt. Well, up on the belt and to the research. It would have been a bit more clean. Like, this is kind of unnecessary right now, this section of the belt, but it's fine. Anywho, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Goodbye.